Okay, restoration troubleshoot take 2 for Taya. Let's see if we can get this to work this time. Okay, so I've actually done this a couple of times now, but I'll do it again. So your question was is that you had a lot of damage to tear near the eye and you weren't sure how to address. So I wanted to kind of show you how to do it, and you can see here I actually did it once, and then I did it again, and then my video didn't work, so I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to duplicate that background layer. And so now I have a new layer. I'm editing non-destructively. And I'm going to call this the get rid of remove hair layer. And what I like to do is I actually like to try to clear up as much of the area around as I can. So I mean, even though you're looking at that eye and you want to work on that eye, I like to try to get rid of as much as I can in that area around it first. So I'm actually going to grab my patch tool because it's one of the easiest tools to use for this. And I'm going to start selecting these folds and tears. And I'm going to slowly try to area up a little bit on this to make it easier for me to work specifically on that area. Let's do a pretty nice job. A little closer, a little bit here. I'm taking the easy cleanup. Okay, now here's where it gets a little harder because we have two lines. You have this line here, and that line is actually the nose. And then you have this line, which is the tear, or the fold, or whatever we have here. So I'm going to try to just, take out as little as possible. Maybe you can just come down here. I may have to come back in and do a little bit of burning, just like I'm going to do maybe take this to even just 5%, and then increase it, and then just try to darken that up a little bit there. I may even have to use the patch tool a little bit more because I want to bring that line back. That is the actual, texture of the nose. And then this area here, again, trying to deal with the tear without getting rid of that information right here that represents that ridge of the nose. Okay, and then this area here, the patch tool is not going to be as much help because the patch tool, it uses math. It uses a calculation to create pixel patterns and colors. So what I talk about with restoration is how we have all these different tools. We have the spot healing brush, the patch tool, and then we have the clone stamp tool. And they kind of actually, there's actually an array. It goes from the easiest to use and has the most programming associated, the spot healing brush, to the healing brush and the patch tool, which gives us a little bit more control. And then when we really need to take control, we use the clone stamp tool. So I'm going to go to the clone stamp tool here and zoom in on that eye. Not a lot of information to work here with here. And I'm just going to basically paint from the good information I have of the eye over here into the bad. This is a starting point. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be stretch. Maybe even try to do that. Okay. And as I back out, it looks better. Better, not good. The problem here is that now it looks like the child is looking the wrong direction and the pupil is enlarged, which is weird looking. So now we have to go back in, and I'm going to use the dodging and burning tools in conjunction with more clone stamping to fix that. First, I'm going to use the clone stamp. I need to reduce the size of that pupil and make it look more natural, and like the pupil is actually looking the same direction as the other eye. So let me start with that. Now the pupil looks like it's a more appropriate size, and it looks like the eye is looking in a direction, but the eye itself is still too large. So maybe I need to actually, let's do this. Basically, we shift that line down. edge of the eye. Color edge of the eye. See how that worked. A little bit better, but now the color is not appropriate. The tone, that eye is still too dark. So then I'm going to use the dodge tool to lighten that up, and I'm even going to try to repeat that catch light that you see over there. Now that looks a lot more appropriate for that photograph. So it's a combination of tools. Like I said, you can use the easy tools like the patch tool to do some of the basic work in these areas up here where there's not as much detail. But then when you get into an area of detail like this, you're going to have to use the clone stamp tool and do a lot more manual